Well, generally speaking, a rule of thumb is don't ever replace a legend. But Kalen DeBoer replaced the ultimate legend in Alabama. But I had said this last year. He is as good as anybody in this country. What he did at Washington without a lot of NFL bodies to get to the championship game to me is absolutely remarkable. They're 2-0. Here comes Wisconsin. The game's on Fox, and Kalen is joining us live. You know, I was just talking during the break. Nick Saban lives 5 houses down from you, so it's not like, I mean, to be honest with you, did you lean into Nick when you took the job? Did you give him a call and ask a couple of questions?
Before I even got offered the job or took it, just to have that, that was really the first time I'd ever had a chance to talk with him, and want to, let him know that everything he did for this program. If I became the head coach, it would be nothing but embracing that, and everyone else that helped him have all the success along the way. And of course, when I got here, that's probably when the most questions are, and there was always help that he was ready to offer anytime I needed to.
Yeah. You guys are actually very similar. You're more offensive, he's defensive, but Don James was one of the coaches that really helped him. I mean, he is acknowledged, the former Husky coach, and by the way, as you well know at Washington, Don is, the icon. Do you see similarities with you and Nick? I do. The discipline, the efficiency, no wasted time. I look at you two and I just think I see a lot of the same personality. He may yell a little louder, but do you see some similarities?
I think that's probably for the people who know us both or played for us both, coached with us both. But I think that, the success of a team or a program, I think there are the common, non-negotiables, the values that you have, and the styles may be different, or just how you go about it might be different. But I think those non-negotiables are all the same. And so the Don James reference, that was really part of our first conversation. Something that tied us immediately, and something I know he really has always held on to, and something that I did as well.
The SEC is different. The Pac-12, your year in the Pac-12 was the best I've ever seen the Pac-12. And those teams, by the way, I think are 21-2 this year. So you really saw the best of the Pac-12. But the SEC is different. It's just bigger up front. Like when you look at film, do you notice the difference, Pac-12 to SEC? Does it jump off the tape to you, Kalen?
Yeah, we haven't got into the SEC games, but I've watched enough, and I look at our own team and just up front, what that looks like. And there's no question the size of our guys, and just, you're trying to make sure that there's still athleticism, and it's pretty impressive the way that these guys can move, whether it's up on the lines or the second levels. Just everyone, has that strength, has that mass, and we're just trying to make sure we use all those tools that we have, to our disposal. The
Jalen Milroe, the offense. If somebody never watched, because Penix and all those receivers, you were an aerial show. I mean, it was vertical. It was hyper aggressive. I don't know. I mean, Alabama's a bigger program, but it'd be hard to duplicate that level of talent at any school. Will your offense eventually look like Washington, or was that you just had uniquely talented guys with the Huskies?
Yeah, I think there was unique traits that those guys had, and we really tailored the offense to them. And that's going to be the key for us. Is Jalen's got some unique traits in special ways, and as much as he's doing a good job of really learning the intricacies of the offenses, the nuances, we got to do a good job of continuing to evolve it around, all the players, but it is driven by the quarterback. And so, front and center with him, we need to make sure we continue to adjust. And I think every week, that's part of the process, is understanding what went really well, what can we continue to work on, and, tailor around what his skill set is. So
Wisconsin, Camp Randall is nuts. It is one of the great environments. And I've always said this, in the NFL, you got 28-year-old adults, married, kids, grown-ups. You take a 19-year-old and you put him at Camp Randall on a Saturday, and it gets loud and you have a fumble and you trail. When you're going into a harsh environment, you had a couple at Washington where you go on the road, you got 20-year-old kids. Do you coach different that week? Is the messaging different?
Yeah, the guys are just really excited. As much as we love playing at Bryant-Denny Stadium here in Tuscaloosa, I think there is something special about going onto the road and into hostile environments. And, having grown up in the Midwest, I'm well aware of Wisconsin, the tradition, everything there. And Coach Fickle's done a great job here, continuing to move that program here to second year. But our guys, this week they understand. I wanted to make sure that they knew, on Sunday when we came back in and again here today, what it would look like, what it would feel like. They've been in that environment before. And so, looking forward to going up there and locking arms with each other. And it first starts with the preparation, but that preparation, leading to confidence. And Saturday will come here sooner than later.
So you lost over 30 players in the transfer portal, yet you signed the number 3 transfer class. I mean, listen, life changes. You have to adapt. Did you prefer when it was just high school kids? Do you like some of the transfer portal situations? What is recruiting like for a coach now in college football?
Yeah, you're just always on your toes. You're just always really trying to make sure with your own team that you have a culture where there's continuity and the attrition is just really on a lower level. And, the one thing that is nice about the portal is that, when there are, especially coming in right now, the portal obviously caused these situations, but there's areas where we have gaps. We were able to, do the best we could to fill in those gaps. And I think we got some high quality, not just players, but people that have come in that fit us and have done a really nice job. But, I think when you could lay out for years ahead back, just not that long ago, how many high school guys you were going to bring in each year. There was something to that, and just staying the course and maintaining relationships with high school coaches and all that stuff. That's still, I think, where it all starts. But, there is a filler, I think, of gaps that the portal does allow us to do. And, that's universal across the board for everyone.
Kalen DeBoer, what he did at Washington was pretty remarkable. The expectations at Bama are even a notch higher. Kalen, as always, by the way, I don't know what you did in your decorating, but the room has got more light and bright. Nick was a little dark and intimidating. Your office is sunny and bright and optimistic, so no knock on Nick's design, but you look like Bama's coach. I love the office, and congrats.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, Colin. Roll Tide.
All right. Kalen DeBoer. That's funny. Nick Saban's right down the street. So Don James, I grew up with Don James. Don James was a legendary coach at Washington. When he passed away, Nick Saban said it all started with Don. I learned how to coach from Don James. And then Kalen DeBoer goes to Washington. And when you're at Washington, he's the Bear Bryant of the coach. Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.